What's good, YouTube? On the Sticks, back today with some more Madden 21 content for you guys. EA finally started to put out some more info about the new yard mode. We're going to check out some of these patch notes they put out, maybe look at the trailer. They put a little trailer out too. I know a lot of people still waiting on that gameplay though. Hopefully we get that soon. I think they're trying to say we might get some gameplay tomorrow. Was that August 14th? So hey, maybe we'll get lucky and get some info tomorrow too. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. All your support is greatly appreciated over here. So let's jump right into it. What is the yard? Our first experiences with football are usually in the backyard. The playground is also home to many of the fondest of the football memories, where zones are the end of the parking lot or a tree line, and Mississippi isn't just a place but a rule. These feelings and the fun they represent live on past the backyard and flag football, 707 drills, and improvisation of downtime during practice. The yard is built to make that feeling a reality in Madden, where you can pick up a ball, be anyone, line up anywhere, and play both sides of the ball. The rules and goals may change depending on where you play, but the game is always the same. How can you keep the play going and create amazing moments? Best of all, your avatar is at the center of the experience, and you and how you express yourself is everything. That is what drove us to build this experience. We wanted to give you a place in Madden where you were at the center of it all. How you look, how you progress, and how you play. Sounds pretty good to me, man. I know a lot of people have been asking for something like this in Madden for a long time, especially with all the other sports games been implementing things like this. Madden just behind the curve like usual, you know. Let's see some of the gameplay things they got on here listed. The yard gameplay. So how do we translate the gameplay to the backyard? So how do we translate gameplay of the backyard into Madden NFL 21? Let's go over some of the unique rules you would find in the yard. First thing, you would notice the field is 80 yards by 40 yards. Like flag football, first downs are granted by passing the 20-yard markers. Double passes. When you are behind the line of scrimmage, all passes are legal as many times as you want. We call this double pass, and you will notice that the receiver icons are always on in the yard. Once you are past the line of scrimmage, you can pass behind you as often as you like. We've even added in a one-timer mechanic that allows you to bat the ball in the air to another receiver. While the ball is in the air, hold L2 or left trigger and press the receiver button. That's pretty cool. It reminds me of what it was, Blitz. Blitz did that. You could throw the ball however many times behind the line of scrimmage. I can't remember if NFL Street did that, but I know for sure Blitz did that. Laterals. The play never ends. Once you master laterals by pressing LB or L1, you can lateral as often as you like in the yard. These have special trajectories and animations that keep the play going, and you can even lateral out of a tackle. However, don't get too greedy, as laterals have a high risk and a high reward in the yard. Of course, that's just like on regular Madden. You know, you can lateral the ball, but shoot, you got a good chance of pitching it to the other team or getting hit and fumbling while you're doing it too. So use it with caution. Pass rush timer, pass timer. If you ever counted Mississippi in a backyard game, you get this one. Each unique location will have a timer that dictates when the defense can pass rush, but also a pass timer that shows how much time you have to throw the ball if you have not been rushed out. Our standard is a 1-second pass rush and a 4-second pass timer. If you try to blitz too early, you will run into a barrier. You're right into a barrier that will stop your forward momentum. If the quarterback holds onto the ball too long without passing, the play will be whistled dead. Oh, finally, if you are blitzed, the timer goes away and you are free to scramble past the line of scrimmage, but can't rush until the defender comes after you. Oh, that's way different than the mobile version. On the mobile version, you can instantly blitz. You can instantly scramble. There's not a timer for you to pass the ball, but shoot, I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know how that would play out on the console version. That's very interesting. Might be a lot of plays blown dead, or a lot of, I don't know. A lot of bad plays probably going to come from this pass timer, but I guess it keeps the momentum of the game going, which is kind of good. I can see it as good and bad. If your quarterback knows what he's doing, you should be good, but there's gonna be problems for a lot of people right there. I already know. But I don't know. Maybe it'll work out good. Like I said, we haven't seen the console gameplay yet, so it might actually be a good thing. Like I said, I played the mobile version, and none of that is in the mobile version. So the mobile version might need it, because as soon as you hike the ball, or as soon as the computer hike the ball, you instantly blitz, and you're pretty much going to get pressure on the quarterback because you only got one person back there blocking, unless a running back stand back there. But very easy to get pressure on quarterback on a mobile version. Multi-snap. Another tool you have in your arsenal is the ability to snap to any player on the field. This is called multi-snap. Just use left trigger or L2 to bring up the prompt and press the button icon for any player on the field to snap to that player. Otherwise, you will snap as normal to your QB. Be careful though, if you snap to a receiver lined up on the line of scrimmage against a DB, you won't have much time to drop back. Combined with the new Madden NFL 21 mechanics like the ball carrier skill stick and DB lock on, you can see how you now have the tools to create moments like never before. But just to make sure you don't miss them, we've created a vast number of unique custom animations for the yard, like behind the back passes, between the leg catches, that will make sense, that will make sure every game will become something to remember. Yeah, that reminds me a lot of NFL Street. You know, NFL Street, they had all those crazy passes and catches. The multi-snap thing, that's kind of interesting. A lot of wildcat type plays, schoolyard football type plays happening. Good way to keep the defense guessing. Let's see, I don't know. I'm sure there'll be a way to cheese that. Hiking it to, I don't know, it's gonna be some crazy play that people figure out. Hike it to a receiver or something, a super fast receiver. I don't know, who knows? You know, people on Madden find ways to cheese the most random stuff. Scoring in the yard. The yard has special scoring system that rewards the type of creative playmaking that makes the game special. Touchdowns are worth a traditional 6 points, but score a touchdown with a double pass or lateral, you get 2 bonus points. Score a touchdown longer than 40 yards, you get 1 bonus point. Interceptions earn you 1 bonus point. Extra points are up to you. You can choose to try 1, 2, or 3-point conversions that get progressively further away from the goal line, and kicking is never an option. Yeah, on the mobile version, they only ask you to go for 1 or 2. They don't give you the option to go for 3. And I'm not sure if they give you points for interceptions. I don't think so though. And I don't think they give you bonus points for long touchdowns or double pass or lateral touchdowns. I don't think. But I haven't done those things, so I'm not all the way sure. I had interception, but I don't think I got any points for that. But that's kind of cool. So you don't necessarily have to get points on offense. You can make a difference on defense. You can have somebody get a lot of interceptions every game. Get your squad points. That's what they specialize in. So, and it's kind of cool. You get points for other stuff too. So I feel like some of the scores probably gonna be crazy on there. Might have some crazy score requirements, like go to probably 99 or something. So that'll definitely help get there quicker. What does that mean in the context of a game? Well, if you got an interception behind midfield, did a couple sweet laterals, and went for a 3-point conversion, you just scored yourself 13 points on a single play, plus the conversion. So, like Superstar KO, the yard is drive-based. Our standard rule are each team gets 3 drives, so each possession matters. And what you make of it will determine who wins and who goes home. on the wrong side of the poster. If you end up in overtime, we will use a modified college overtime system. People gonna love hearing a college football reference on there. Gonna make them think college football already back. Each team gets a drive. After 3 drives, each team gets single plays to score until there is a touchdown and a winner. The yard playbooks. In the yard, it isn't about what play you start with. It is about what play you create. That's why we've created a single play book for all teams. You will have a limited number of custom designed plays on both offense and defense. The goal here is to encourage you to create your own moment on the field by using the tools at your disposal to trick your opponent and to share the ball early and often. Direct snap to your halfback, lateral to your quarterback who throws a deep bomb to a streaking receiver. After the catch, he tosses it back to a tailing receiver who uses ball carrier moves to evade the defense and score a multi-bonus point touchdown. It's that easy and that fun. Boy, that sounds so complicated. They talking about it sound that easy. That sounds like a headache, but I bet it'll be teams doing stuff just like that, like it is easy. Cause it'll be nothing to them or they practice a lot. Sounds like a lot of practice. But I kind of get the point of having just the simplified playbooks. I can see that there. I don't know. I can see that both ways too. Everybody gonna have the same plays, and it's not gonna really be. Probably won't be too many people really changing the plays up. At least not at the start. It'll probably take some time for people to start really making changes to plays. The people that really lock in, so they're gonna create a skill gap with that, which is probably good. You know, you have your top tier players that's out here drawing up plays for real, like they're a legit coach. And then you're gonna have your casual players that just come in and run the plays as is, and whatever happens, happens. I'll probably be whatever happens on there when I play. I don't really care too much for no long drawn out play calling stuff, you know. I'm trying to get right into it. But here we go, some player stuff. Prototypes. So now you know how to play the yard, but how do you want to play the yard? That is where prototypes come in. Prototypes are based on NFL stars past and present, and they are models for you to play, for your play style in the yard. You'll start off with a couple of prototypes per position in the yard. Positions, you say? Yes, positions, but not how you normally think of them. The yard is Iron Man football, meaning you play both sides of the ball, and since not everyone can be quarterback at the beginning of the game, you will select when you are going to line up on the field. Well, where you're going to line up on the field. That's cool. Just like with NFL Street or Blitz, you play both sides of the ball. Glad to see that. I mean, they had no choice but to do it that way, you know, but that's cool. So I wonder if your stamina will really affect you, you know, since you're playing both sides of the ball, or would they be kind of generous with your stamina or energy, or however they're going to do that on there. This position will inform you how you want to play, but it doesn't mean you have to play that way. You could choose to line up at quarterback, but pick a receiver-based prototype, while your best friend lines up on the outside with your QB. Then you will focus on behind the line passes or multi-snaps passes to your actual quarterback to kick the play off. Let's see. Then you got your positions. You do quarterback, strong safety, middle linebacker, center, receiver 1, QB1, not QB1, CB1, receiver 2, CB2, slot corner, running back, outside linebacker. Quarterback calls offensive plays, middle linebacker calls defensive plays. It says your running back or outside linebacker is the head coach. So what does the head coach do? I don't know. Maybe that's something they brought from the MUT squads. I didn't play MUT squads, so I don't know what the head coach did. Then you got some more prototype information here. There are 3 main components to your prototype's loadout: X factor, abilities, and skill points. Each prototype comes with a unique X factor that you cannot change. These X factors have unlocks in the yard that are different than standard Madden and are more directly related to overall performance on the field than the specific unlocks you see in other modes. Just pull up the coach cam to see specific progress towards activating your X factor. Next up, abilities. We grant you a few to start, but you'll unlock more by leveling up the prototype in your binder, or by playing Face of the Franchise Rise to Fame. Each prototype can slide 2 superstar abilities of your choice. So I guess that's the new Face of the Franchise thing, Rise to Fame. I don't know if they put out any info about that yet or not. I don't think I've heard anything about that. Then there are skill points. Skill points are earned by leveling up the prototype you are currently using. You can use these skill points to accentuate specific traits of your prototype. Finally, you may have noticed the modifier section. These denote intrinsic traits of your prototype. A green up arrow means that you have maxed skills in that area, but if the arrow is down and red, you shouldn't expect much in that skill. The height and weight also dictates how big you will be on the field, but don't worry, if you choose to make a 7-foot, 300-pound behemoth of a creative player, we will make sure he takes up half the screen and all of the menus. Finally, depending on the event, your teammates will be filled out automatically, and you will have the chance to pick them for your team yourself. So you're gonna have some people making them crazy players like on 2K. They be making them demigods and stuff like that. You gonna see some super crazy stuff. I already know. With this being the first year, it's gonna be a player build that's so OP that everybody's gonna run that, just because the developers or whatever haven't figured out a way to patch it out, or I didn't think of someone breaking the game that way. Happens with 2K every year. I'm sure it's gonna happen here. If not at the start of the game, maybe a month or two after. I promise you it's gonna happen. Teammates and squads in the yard. Once your position and prototype are set, you will see your team. In most games against the CPU, we would draft a team of NFL superstars to join you. They will be randomly picked from the players assigned to that location. Each location in the World Tour will have different players that you can play with and against. We will get to that in a bit. That's cool. You go to a certain area, obviously certain players gonna be there. It makes sense to me. The yard also supports squad play. That means 1 to 3 players can join up and create a team in the yard. However, unlike a standard 11v11 NFL rule game, we have created special rules for the 6v6 environment. See the players standing next to your avatar? Those are the players that will be able to control in the game. When you are playing by yourself, you will be able to switch to any player on the field. They are your squad. In a duos game, each of you will control your own avatar as well as 2 NFL stars. In trios game, you will each control 1 other NFL star. In a game, you will always start on your avatar, and your partner players will have a color indicator corresponding to your squad player choice color that appears under your partner player. If any of your players become the ball carrier, we will automatically switch you to them. Pretty standard stuff there. I think all of that is pretty much straight from MUT squads, I believe. I think it worked the same way when you play it with people. Finally, in certain events, you will get to draft your own teammates. This will happen after all the human players in the event have picked their position and prototype. Pay attention to the prototype and the level as well as the slot abilities of each NFL star to create a team that is unstoppable. I feel like NFL Street had that. If I'm not mistaken, that's how NFL Street did it when you picked your teams. Why not go full 6v6 humans? We tried all sorts of combinations. Went prototyping the yard from 7v7 all the way down to 3v3. We arrived at a maximum of 3 humans controlling 6 players because it struck a great balance between focusing on your avatar and making sure that as many players as possible got involved in every single play. So now that you know all the details, here is a pro tip. Try to upgrade prototypes for every position group on the field. That way, no matter where you end up on the field, you are ready to go. Next, scramble your strategy. A powered up QB prototype with receiver abilities can be deadly in a double pass heavy offense, whereas a scrambling QB prototype lined up in a slot can break lots of big runs. The choice, the strategies are all yours. There you go. That's how they gonna come up with them demigod builds, man. Putting together different stuff like that. Definitely gonna make some crazy combinations. The Yard World Tour. So now you know how to play the game. You know the rules of the field. You are ready to go with your prototypes. Everything is in place. Now what? Welcome to the Yard World Tour. At lunch, we have 4 venues that will be available that you will be able to experience. Miami Port, a portside environment where you will take on some of South Florida's best. Lambeau Tailgate. This venue outside Lambeau Field will introduce you to the Packers, Stars, and the NFC North rivals. FOB Nico, a forward operating base in an undisclosed location. This location is filled with NFL combine stars who found the dog in them. Brandenburg Football Festival, a field situated in front of Berlin's famed Brandenburg Gate. This festival brings the NFL's Pro Bowl stars to Europe and some of the hardest challenges the Yard has to offer. Each one of these locations has unique challenges that you can take on. For instance, at FOB Nico, you will take on single drive drills with changing field position, or in Miami, you will face first and goal situations. These locations may also change the duration of the pass rush timer. In the future, who knows what rules will come up who knows what rules we will come up with for future locations. Gear and challenge. I like his visor already. Glitch. Let's see. Game day glitch. Yep, gonna be some real glitchy players out there. I already know. The uniform hard, like the little galaxy looking stuff. Rise to fame. He got the epic gear on. He been grinding. With over 2,000 individual pieces of gear at launch and more to come, you'll be able to carve out your own style in the yard with unique visors, helmets, jerseys, pants, and more. There are 2 gear loadouts for both home and away. The home and away teams in the yard are distinguished, my bad y'all, by the home team wearing dark jerseys and the away team wearing light jerseys. You'll be earning the cred to unlock gear while you play, but there are also other ways to progress and earn new gear rewards in the yard. First, leveling up each individual prototype will earn you gear unique to that prototype. Next, each venue has unique gear that can be earned by earning rank through the challenges or via head-to-head when the venue is active. Finally, each season has a level ranking path that will unlock gear unique to that season. When you are in-game, the challenges and head-to-head events for each location are scored on more than just the win or loss. They have minimum score that you must achieve to earn ranking points. If you pass that minimum score, you will earn the ranking points that unlock the new gear and rewards mentioned above. If you fail that minimum score, you won't even earn ranking points, but you will still earn progress against your prototype and that sweet prototype gear. These location events are all created to be replayed, so don't think of them as just one and done challenges, but instead of obstacle course that you will use to power up your prototypes and get ready for the crucible of head-to-head yard games. They tell you you're gonna have to grind these events over and over to get the good stuff and get the points like you would in like a MMO or RPG or a games as a service type thing. Gonna have you grinding, or like on 2K when you're working out, stuff like that to get your badges. That's basically what it is. The future of the yard. Over the course of the Madden season, we will be launching new prototypes for you to level up, new locations for you to challenge, and new legends, icons, and NFL stars to join your team. Of course, we will also be adding fresh new gear to equip your avatar. In the yard, you should always expect the unexpected. Kind of cliche. So that was a long blog. That ain't nothing important, y'all. That's the end. But yeah, pretty much a big info dump for the yard mode. And oh yeah, you can also go ahead and start playing the mobile version to start unlocking stuff for your avatar in the console version too. That's why I started playing the mobile version. Go ahead and unlock some stuff for my console guy. So what did you guys think of all this information? Do you feel like so far it's sounding like the yard mode is going to be pretty cool? Are you still on the fence about it? Do you still need to see some gameplay? Me personally, I still need to see the gameplay of the console version, but from the trailer, the mobile version, and what I'm reading, I feel like this is going to be something pretty good that I'm probably going to jump into and play around with. I usually just play MUT on Madden, and sometimes I do franchise mode when I have friends wanting to do franchise, but I think I'm going to jump in and give this a try. Like I said, I liked it so far in the mobile version, so I feel like I should like the console version as well. But that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys, 30-minute video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends, drop a comment. Whatever you do, we appreciate the support over here on OnThaSticks, and make sure you check back with us daily for more content. And let us know what you think of the yard mode for Madden so far, and if you're even getting Madden this year or not. All right, guys, I'm out. Hold it down.